Breaking news, you're looking at video of one of the last times Oscar winner Gene Hackman, a known recluse in recent years.
As for the inside footage, Hackman's estate wants to block that release, citing privacy.
The death of the highly respected actor Gene Hackman, the 95-year-old, was found dead along with his wife.
The moment investigators stepped onto the grounds of Gene Hackman's secluded mansion, something felt off. Not just unusual, wrong in a way that made even seasoned agents hesitate. Sources whisper that what was uncovered beneath that property wasn't just hidden, it was deliberately buried, sealed away, like a secret never meant to be exposed. And now, insiders claim, scientists are horrified by what lies below. What exactly did they find? And more importantly, who put it there? The official reports remain heavily redacted. Entire sections blacked out, pages missing. But fragments have started to leak, and they don't make sense. Not in any conventional way. According to those fragments, the structure beneath the mansion was not part of the original blueprint. It wasn't even added later by modern construction teams. This tunnel system, it predates everything. Which raises a terrifying question. If it wasn't built by the current owners, then who built it? And why directly under that location? As the first team descended, their equipment reportedly malfunctioned almost instantly. Cameras flickered. Audio feeds distorted into low-frequency hums that no one could explain. One technician described it as like something was interfering, not electronically, but physically, like pressure on reality itself. Within minutes, several agents requested to be pulled out. Not because of danger, but because of something they couldn't describe. Something they felt. The hidden structure no one can explain. Blueprint analysis revealed something even more disturbing. The tunnel didn't follow any logical architectural pattern. It twisted, spiraled, and intersected at impossible angles. Experts who reviewed the layout said it resembled ancient underground systems found in remote archaeological sites, but those are thousands of miles away, and far older than anything expected beneath a modern estate. Even more unsettling, the walls weren't made of standard materials. Samples taken from the surface didn't match any known construction compound. One internal note described it as stone-like, but not stone, almost fused, as if it was grown rather than built. Scientists are horrified because early testing suggests the material reacts to touch, slightly warming, almost pulsing under pressure. Why would something like this exist beneath a private residence? And how did no one notice during construction? These questions aren't just unanswered, they're being actively avoided. Because every answer seems to lead somewhere darker. Strange symbols carved into the dark. Deeper into the tunnel, agents reportedly discover markings etched into the walls. Not random scratches. Not damage. Symbols. Repeating patterns that don't match any known language or historical script. Linguists brought in to analyze them found no direct translation, but several noted similarities to ancient symbolic systems tied to ritualistic sites. And here's where things get even more disturbing. The symbols weren't just on the walls. They appeared on the floor, the ceiling, even embedded into the structure itself. As if the entire tunnel wasn't just built, but designed with intention. One insider claimed the markings seemed to shift depending on the angle of light. At first dismissed as a trick of shadow, further inspection suggested something else entirely. It's like they don't stay still, the source said. Like they're not meant to be understood all at once. If that's true, then what were they meant to do? Communicate, warn, or something far worse? The sound that should not exist. Audio recordings taken from inside the tunnel have reportedly been classified at the highest level. But a small portion leaked, and what it contains has left analysts shaken. A low-frequency resonance that doesn't match any natural or mechanical source. It doesn't behave like sound. It doesn't fade. It doesn't echo. It just exists. Experts who studied the clip said prolonged exposure caused disorientation, nausea, and in some cases, sudden emotional distress. One scientist reportedly removed himself from a project entirely, stating only that this shouldn't be possible. Even more chilling, the sound wasn't constant. It appeared in pulses, almost like a signal. But a signal to what? And from where? Some believe the tunnel isn't just a structure, but part of something larger. Something buried deeper than anyone expected. Something that may have been hidden for a reason. They tried to seal it again, but failed. According to internal discussions, there was an attempt to shut the entire site down immediately after the initial discovery. Seal the tunnel. Reinforce the entrance. Bury it again. But something went wrong. Multiple sealing methods reportedly failed. Materials wouldn't hold. Structural reinforcements cracked within hours. One report described it bluntly the site resists containment. That phrase alone has raised alarms, because it suggests the tunnel isn't just passive, it's reacting. Why would something underground resist being sealed? Unless it wasn't meant to stay hidden forever. And now the question no one wants to ask is starting to surface. What if this wasn't discovered by accident? What if it was waiting to be found? Because if what's beneath that mansion is truly ancient, truly unknown, then this changes everything. The deeper teams went, the less this felt like a discovery, and more like an intrusion into something that was never meant to be disturbed. What started as a hidden tunnel beneath the mansion of Gene Hackman was now being described in internal briefings as a contained anomaly. But insiders say that label doesn't come close to explaining what they were actually dealing with. Because what lies below isn't just ancient, it's active. And that's the part they don't want you to know. Agents who returned from a second descent reported something chilling: time distortion. Not in a dramatic, cinematic sense, but subtle shifts that couldn't be explained. Watches losing minutes. Digital timers resetting without cause. One operative claimed he spent nearly 2 hours mapping a corridor, only to emerge and find that barely 20 minutes had passed above ground. Scientists are horrified because this suggests the environment inside the tunnel isn't stable. It's fluctuating. But fluctuating around what? The chamber that shouldn't exist. At the lowest accessible level, investigators uncovered a chamber unlike anything described in the earlier reports. Unlike the twisting corridors, this space was perfectly symmetrical, almost unnaturally precise. The walls curved inward, forming a dome that seemed far larger on the inside than it should have been based on the tunnel's dimensions. Spatial analysts reviewing the data flagged it immediately. The geometry didn't add up. And at the center of that chamber, something was placed. Not debris, not a natural formation, something deliberate. A structure, roughly circular, embedded into the floor as if it had always been there. No one has officially described it in detail, but one leaked account refers to it as a focal point. Another calls it a device, but not mechanical. The most disturbing description? It feels like it's observing. Why would an underground chamber contain something that gives off the impression of awareness? And why was it positioned at the exact center of an impossible space? Scientists break silence, then disappear. Shortly after the chamber was documented, a specialized research team was brought in under extreme confidentiality. Experts in materials science, acoustics, and ancient symbolic systems. Their task was simple: identify what this place is. But within days, something changed. Communication logs show a sudden shift in tone. Early messages were analytical, methodical. Then came confusion, then urgency, and then silence. 3 members of that team reportedly withdrew from the project without explanation. 2 others were reassigned and have not spoken publicly since. One internal memo, marked restricted, contains a single line that has since been leaked. "We are not studying it. Is studying us." That statement alone has triggered speculation across intelligence circles. Because if true, it means the tunnel isn't just a relic. It's interactive, the pattern they couldn't ignore. As more data came in, analysts began noticing a pattern, one that doesn't align with any known scientific framework. The pulses recorded in the tunnel's audio weren't random. They followed a sequence. Not perfectly regular, but structured enough to suggest intent. When mapped visually, those pulses formed geometric shapes that eerily resembled the symbols carved into the tunnel walls. It was as if the structure itself was generating a language. Not written, not spoken, but transmitted. And here's where things take a darker turn. Attempts to replicate the signal outside the tunnel resulted in complete failure. The pattern only exists within that environment, as if the space itself is required for it to function. So what does that mean? That the tunnel isn't just housing something, it is something. A system, a mechanism, possibly even a gateway of some kind. But a gateway to where? Final warning, they never released. Before the site was abruptly locked down, a final report was drafted. It was never meant to be seen outside a very small circle. But parts of it have surfaced, and they are deeply unsettling. The report doesn't conclude with answers. It ends with a warning, a recommendation that no further exploration should be attempted. Not because of structural or environmental risk, but because of unpredictable interaction potential. In simpler terms, they don't know what will happen if they go deeper, and they're not willing to find out. Even more disturbing, the report suggests that the tunnel may not be isolated. That similar structures could exist elsewhere, hidden, dormant, waiting. If that's true, then this discovery isn't just about one mansion. It's about something far bigger, something ancient, something deliberately concealed beneath layers of time and silence. And now that it's been uncovered, the question isn't just what it is. The question is, has it noticed us back?